Now we're going to look at a different sort of tradition. Here are some new words. Castles, castillos.
Medieval knights, caballeros medievales.
Swords, espadas.
Ghosts, fantasmas.
Dungeons, mazmorras.
And security guards, guardas de seguridad.
Life in the old days, what was it like? What did we used to do before we had television?
How did people live without cookers or central heating?
Last weekend, we took the family to Oldfield Castle to find out.
Oldfield Castle is educational and fun.
We learned about the people who lived in the castle many years ago. We spent the whole day there.
Jane and John, who are our children, really enjoyed it, didn't they, darling?
Oh, yes. There was a big festival at the castle. There were actors who were dressed up as medieval knights.
It was so educational, and our children learnt a lot about British traditions, didn't they, darling?
We saw a kitchen which was 400 years old.
Yes, Jane was interested in the demonstration of medieval cooking.
John was more interested in the swords. They used to fight with swords in the old days.
But Jane didn't like John hitting her with a sword.
No. Jane was very interested in the clothes that the women used to wear.
She wanted to know why they didn't wear jeans.
And they said that there's a ghost at the castle.
At night, a woman who has her head under her arm walks around the castle.
Yes, and then John tried to cut off Jane's head with a sword.
But luckily, Daddy was able to stop him.
We saw the dungeons which they used in the old days.
And Jane locked John in the dungeon.
The security guard who worked there was very angry.
But it was educational.
And Oldfield Castle has a shop.
We had to buy the children lots of things in the shop.
Postcards and flags, books, pencils, rubbers and notepads.
It was educational, but rather expensive.
And on the way home, we stopped for a traditional English cream tea, which was delightful.
Until Jane was sick in the car.
Oldfield Castle is fun for the whole family.
No, not the whole family. We're going to Oldfield Castle again sometime, but we'll leave Jane and John at home.
Well, I enjoy going to castles and palaces. I think it's fascinating to see how people used to live.
I agree. And now we're going to hear about some people who actually live in castles and palaces. He lives in a country house or 2 or 3. He has breakfast and lunch and afternoon tea. He's part of our nation's history. Rather him than me. He's got lots of money. It costs a lot to live in a castle and to keep it hot, to pay all the people who look after what he's got. I would rather not. Yes, they're the upper classes, the aristocracy, not middle class or working class like you or me. We go round their stately homes to see our history. They're the British upper classes, the aristocracy. They're the British upper classes, the
The royal family is a very important topic of conversation in Britain. There are some people who think that we shouldn't have a royal family and that Britain should be a republic like France and Germany.
We asked some people this question. Do you think that Britain should have a royal family?
Yes, I think Britain should have a royal family. It's good for the tradition of the country. It attracts tourism, which brings money into the country and jobs for the people.
I think we should have a royal family. I think it's part of our tradition, our heritage, and I don't think we should lose them.
I think Britain shouldn't have a royal family because they take up too much money.
I don't really think Britain should have a royal family anymore. I think it's a bit old-fashioned now.
I do think Britain should have a royal family because we've got a lot of history and the royal family is part of that history.
So, on the one hand, we shouldn't have a royal family because they cost too much money and they're old-fashioned.
But on the other hand, the royal family attracts tourism, which brings money into the country and creates jobs for people.
There's no easy answer, is there? Anyway, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed the programme.
And you'll join us for our next programme too. Bye-bye.